Hello lovelies, and welcome back to Mama G Gear. It's Mama G here, and I am super excited to show you what I did to one of Crystal from BODs shawls. And I'm not going to show you any tutorial here. I'm going to link her tutorial in the description box, but I'm going to show you what I did to it, and then there's 3 of them, and the last one I'm going to explain how I tweaked it a little bit, but it may not make sense to you if you haven't seen the tutorial. So you could go watch the tutorial, and then if you're interested, come back, and then what I say to you hopefully will make sense. Anyway, she did this tutorial, and I'm speaking of Crystal from BODs. All right. She did a tutorial a little bit ago. I don't know when you're watching this, so it's a little bit ago, but I will tag it below. And she did it all in one color, which was beautiful. And when I'm watching it, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's screaming feathers to me. So I immediately, I happen to have been working with this yarn. This is folded in half, that's half, and this is in quarters. And hopefully I will take pictures and stick them somewhere throughout this tutorial or video to show you how mine turned out. This particular yarn, just real briefly, is Premier Spun Color. There's 419 yards, and the colorway is Rustic. It says a 4-weight. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. It's a little bit roving, really pretty yarn. Love using it. And I was working on another project with it, and I had some left over. And then when I saw the tutorial, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So what you're seeing is it folded in half. There's an increase. Let me first say this, I consider myself a beginner intermediate. I can't follow patterns and whatnot. So I'm not a proficient crocheter. But I will tell you, this was so easy. If you know double crochet and the chain stitch, you've got this. And it worked up really quickly. I was able to do it in one day. Okay, so just throwing all that out there for your information. Okay, so this is the color spun that I just showed you. And it has this stitch. There's 5 increases. It's a circular shawl, by the way. Sorry that I didn't share you that information yet. It's got 5 increases each row. And then she goes into this really cool pattern at the end. And I turned it into, it screamed feathers. Oh my gosh, look at this. So when it changes from the double crochet into this part of the design, I switched colors. And here I'm using, excuse my ball bands. I just wanted to remember what I had. I usually throw the ball bands out and then I never know what I'm using, but I wanted to share this with you guys. So I'm using the, I forgot, Big Twist, whoever that's from, the Soft Touch, and the colorway was Mist, so it's like a gray. So that is, oh, just throwing it out over there. And then look at that. I'm going to turn it this way because we got you horizontal. But look at that. Looks like eagle feathers, man, right? Isn't that awesome? I was so excited. I was like, yeah, that's feathers. So that's the first one I did. And this one I pretty much followed the tutorial to the best of my ability. So it's very close, if not exact, to what she had done in her tutorial. So I had more, because I have several of these cakes. And so the next one, I did the same thing, but here I used a glitter transitional color. So I'm going to tell you what I used. I don't know if this is still available. It's Date Night by Lion Brand. It says a 4-weight. I'm going to say that's on a diet. And this one is Dolomite. And then I transitioned it into the same Date Night. This colorway is Tree Agate. And then the bottom part I put this, which actually has purple sparkles. It's gorgeous. Same thing, hematite, okay? And then on the bottom, just, I'm gonna do it this way so you could see it without being folded. On the bottom, I just put, I don't know if it was, you know, big twist black trim, because I wanted to give the eagle feather effect, okay? So this one here, I tweaked a little bit, but I'm not going to discuss that because I'm going to show you what I tweaked in the next one that I'm showing you. So anyway, yeah, I'm so excited about this shawl. And again, like I said, I'm going to repeat myself knowingly. It works up really easily, and you really, 2 stitches you need to know: double crochet and chain stitch, and you've got this. And this is just my own, and like Bod always says, I call her Bod. What Bod always says is, you know, do your own thing with it. That's like what we do with our unconventional tutorials here. I did figure, being that it was a circular shawl, that when you get to this point, there wasn't an increase. And I wanted to try this and make this increase. So in the next one that I did, let me just move that aside, I happen to have some of the rainbow ice yarn, and it's a 4-weight, it's acrylic and polyester, okay? And I started the top part of the circular shawl with that, okay? 'Cause my goal here is peacock, okay? This was in my head. I'm not completely finished with this one yet. I'm still working on it. So I started with that. So the top part that's going to go over behind your neck and over your shoulders is this really super soft ice yarn. And then I'm going to try to, I kind of got a new little layout here to do this. So just bear with me. And then the feathered part, all right, let me get back here before I go ahead of myself. Here, instead of the 5 increases, I have 6 increases. So it's even more circular, if that makes sense. If you've done any circular shawl, that does make sense. So I did 6 increases on the body part of the shawl. And in her, and then we've got the feathers. And I've not finished the bottom row yet, so this is still a work in progress. In her tutorial, you're going to do your cluster. I'll show you here. You're going to do the cluster. It's the first 4 are 3 double crochets, chain, what she tells you, 3 double crochets, chain 4, 3 double crochets, chain 2, double crochet, okay? What I did was chain 3, not because of any other reason that it's hard for me to remember, and I'm very easily distracted. I'm usually doing other things while I'm crocheting. So I just did 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chained 3 instead of 2, did the double crochet in the 3rd. So it was rhythmic for me and almost in rote. So it was easier for me to stay and not have to rip things out, okay? So then when you go to the next level, I wanted to increase it, and I also, again, changed colors to the purple, and in here you're going to do 4 double crochets. I don't want to give you too much of I want you to go watch her tutorial, all right? So I don't want to give you too much information, but here there's 4 in this 4 rows. Okay, so you're going to do 4 double crochets there. I think I started with 3 chains in between, but in the chain within the cluster, I did 4 chains, is what she originally tells you to do. And then in the next row, this is going to be, you increase it to 5. I increased the chains in between here as well, and did the 4 in here for the cluster. So what my intention was, and I do believe it worked, didn't tie the ends in, just ignore the little tags that are hanging out here and that side. I'm not done yet with this. So what I did, but if you look, it's a much wider span on the bottom. So this one, instead of once you're done with the body part of it, it just kind of goes a little bit of a flare, where with what I did, it really created a much larger flare on the bottom of the shawl. So I'm super stoked about that. But see how pretty the colors go? Let me see if I can kind of do it this way for you. So I added these colors, and then the next color, this is just these colors here are this. It's unlabeled. I bought them. I don't even remember from who. They were really reasonably priced. It's like a skinny 4, and I'm going to use this color, and I'm probably going to put this on the bottom. Even though that looks somewhat clashy, I wanted to keep the same hue tone. The word, you artists are screaming it at me right now because I know the word. You know what I'm saying. The color of these three have that, and the word that's escaping me. And then this is totally off because this is very bright and vibrant. But that's going to be my last row on here to really incorporate the peacock part of it. And you can see that all these colors go really swimmingly with one another. Anyway, so I was really super excited. Again, I started this last night, and I'm already to this point, and I'll be done with it. Well, I sprained my wrist, so I might take a little longer, but I'll be done with this by this afternoon for sure. And I'll probably show these on lives that we do. So, you know, if you do want to see them in person, so to speak, look at the lives. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I will tag her tutorial. I think this is very beginner friendly. It doesn't look beginner friendly. I'm going to say it is. You know, and like what I did for myself was do the 3 3 3 and then skip 3, so it was easier and repetitive, and then kind of like the 4 4 4 and then the 5 5 5, you know, but you're still, you know, it just spreads it out. So that's all I wanted to say. I know I'm mumbling over my words because I want to get back and finish this. Anyway, and then I got to just tuck some ends in. But other than that, have a lovely day. Have a yarnalicious day. Thanks for watching. Hey, please don't forget your thummies. And love you guys. Bye-bye for now.